We are officially 21, Don. That is right. We are officially 21.
We can
That
drink in
means-
America.
There you go. In America, we can do shit. Also, Diego. Whoa, whoa. Diego. Whoa, whoa. He comes from Uruguay. He made the Scousers cry. Diego. Whoa, whoa. Diego. Who would I be if I didn't get a Man United reference in? Just saying.
Man United fan.
It's episode 21. Hit that intro music.
Maybe.
Yes, so here we are. We're back for another episode of Hot Tag Reviews. You may have noticed that Jobber number 2 is not with us. So we'll quickly introduce ourselves and I'll explain why. I am Rob Campbell alongside
Daniel. If you're going to plug your dick in my potato salad, you better believe I'm taking your skidoo out for a midnight rendezvous. Cornfield. That's took me about a week to learn.
I'm so happy that you've managed to do it all in one take as well. That is fantastic.
One take cornfield, they call me.
And Jobber number 2, Martin Holland, cannot join us this week. He's a little bit poorly. Send some love his way. He needs it. We love you loads, Martin. This is going to be so difficult to do. A pay-per-view review without you, that is for sure.
I'm going to say it's going to be weird when you ask for stars. I'm going to be waiting for Mark's response. Just like,
I think we can figure something out of Martin's stars ratings. I think we can just meet in the middle of ours, or if we're the same, then we can do the same. Either way, he's going to have some star ratings, whether he likes it or not, because otherwise
He'll throw off your
it
spreadsheet.
will throw off the spreadsheet, and you know I can't be having that.
I want to say, Mark's going to cause Rob to lose his shit over a fucking spreadsheet. I love it.
Even in his absence, he will cause me to lose my shit. What doesn't cause me to lose my shit is the fabulous 10% discount that I get at Merry Hill Eat Central in Merry Hill. Did I mention that it was in Merry Hill? I'm not sure I did.
No, I'm gonna say I think we roughly spoke about it, like maybe once or twice before on the show.
Maybe. But... Just in case you need some photos, some prints, some gifts, some frames, some IDs, some portraits, all of the gimmicks, you can get 10% off with our code HOTTAG10 down at Eat Central, Merry Hill. More importantly, Max Spillman, not the food shops, Max Spillman.
If you want to try it in the food shops, I'll give it a go. Go ahead.
Shall we step in the DeLorean?
Try up.
Shall we step in the DeLorean?
Should we see how John's doing?
See how John's getting on.
Let's fucking do it.
Let's do this. Man. We're in John's DeLorean. We've hit 88 miles per hour. We have transported back to the 6th of July, 1997. And we are finally here. We are where things start looking up for the World Wrestling Federation within your house Canadian Stampede in the Canadian Airlines Saddle Dome in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Now, this doesn't sound positive. 12,151 against the 19,289 capacity. However, 165,000 brought this on pay-per-view versus the 90,000 that brought International Incident from the year before.
Wow.
Up 75,000 buys on this pay-per-view, which is the biggest increase WWF have had year on year to date. What do you make of that, Don?
Holy shit.
Holy shit, indeed.
The Canadians just love the entire gimmick of this. We will definitely talk about this a bit later.
It's absolutely perfect, isn't it?
There was a missed opportunity here. Because obviously it's in your house. They should have called it in your house.
In your house?
Come on, it writes itself. It writes.
I mean, They tried, but
yeah. Like too many. It felt like too many gimmicks going on.
Too many cowboy hats.
Yeah.
Do you know what annoys me the most? That the last In Your House pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, he stood up at King of the Ring in his suit and He's fucking all excited because Ahmed Johnson music's about to hit and so on and so forth. But he goes, here's Hugo. And well, it wasn't Hugo, it was Carlos, but you get the point. And he was all over the Spanish commentators. He was all over the French Canadian commentators. And then he was John Bastard and Ray Rougeau. And then he's like, in your face, Jatan. And then this time round, he's just like, so JR, we've got this Japanese fella on tonight.
No, the Japanese match. What do you think of this Japanese match? Like, Vince has been handed a piece of paper. You've got this match tonight. He's like, how much do these guys weigh?
We got Japs on tonight? Who booked that shit? Who booked the Japs?
Am I back in Nam?
Have you fucking heard of Pearl Harbor? You bringing them over? What the fuck are you doing?
Can we just talk about something very quickly because it was never brought up on this show?
Go for it.
The Spanish announcers looked amazing.
Oh, mate.
Black suit. There was a couple of clips of them.
Okay.
When the camera's right. Black suit, white cowboy hats.
Oh, nice.
3 of them. And it was beautiful. I wish we'd have had like the standard,
Yeah, literally. I wish we'd had that too.
Should be. Missed out.
We had, this pay-per-view was only an hour and 48 minutes, so we definitely had time for things. It just didn't materialise for whatever reason. However, it is a sad day also because they've changed it. The new gimmick is there on the intro to the pay-per-view. So instead of the old revolutionary force in sports entertainment gimmick, we've changed over to the voiceover dude and some fast impact music and some numbers being thrown at us. And he tells us that it's in 100 countries, 7 different languages, more than 500 million viewers each week. The World Wrestling Federation, the worldwide leader in sports entertainment. And Vince McMahon paid him to do that. Just remember that, folks. So, yeah, that was a big change.
I'm not going to lie. I want to drink to the old intro because watching these intros,
while we're at it, we've got 2 reasons to drink on this episode. Yes, so the first one being, obviously, the revolutionary force gimmick has now passed away.
Yeah, so there's one.
And recently, the world of professional wrestling lost the man who was in the main event of WrestleMania 1, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Yeah, fucking hell. I remember, and this is the funniest memory I have of Paul Orndorff. It was in 1995 on WCW. He just walked out and he was way past it, but he still thought he was the man and he rolled with it. And I just fucking appreciate the fact that he had a go.
If you want to see some comedy with Paul Orndorff and it's unintentional comedy, look for the promo he did with Gary Spivey of the Psychic Network.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, is that a hat or a hair? I never got the gimmick.
Wow, okay.
Either way.
Mr. Orndorff.
It's to you, Paul. Mr. Wonderful.
Nice. Did I miss anything, Don? Because we said we had 2 things. Was I spot on the 2 things that you thought I was going to lead with?
Well, I thought you was the Rayman here. I thought you was Rayman gimmick.
What have I missed?
No, you've not missed anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's like he's going to pieces without Mark. It's like he needs Mark to give him shit.
Mark, can you give me some shit, please? Hi, Ahmed. How are you? So just in case he edits this, because he probably will, we have put a 3rd box in this Zoom meeting gimmick, and we have put the promo picture of Ahmed Johnson up in replacement of mine, just to pop ourselves more so than anything. Enjoy that, Mark. We love you.
It's that weird smirk he's got in his face. He's like this.
He's about to come in your mouth, and you're going to take it.
Yeah.
In your face, Dada! Okay, so we go into the video package. We Bret Austin, all the guys that are going to be in the main event. Then we get the title card. Then fireworks. Greatest set ever. Vince McMahon's voice. What more could you ask for is what I've wrote down. What more could you ask for?
For Vince, a throat lozenge. He's probably need it after that. Always that throat burner.
What a maneuver.
That hurt me doing that. So
it hurts.
Do it.
JR and the King are there. Now
Two star-crossed lovers with Vince stuck in the middle.
Literally. Now, Vince is there in his cowboy get-up, as is the King in a ridiculous cowboy hat. But JR is in a suit, and I thought that was absolutely played fantastically.
I'm going to say, that's just like, oh, we're going to dress up like cowboys. Yeah, this is my daily gimmick, mate. I'm dressing up for this. I'm going to make an effort for the pay-per-view.
Literally.
What King with his fuck off big hat? It looks like he got out of a fucking. He's gone to like a fucking Oakland Raiders game and he's bought the biggest Stetson hat humanly possible. I mean, eat nachos at the top.
Brilliant. And that's what he could have done. How he's seen throughout the night is beyond me. But they started to put over the main event, the light heavyweight match that we're going to get into. Yeah. And then they switched the focus onto Triple H and Mankind. And also they slip in that Taker's defending the title. Yeah. Literally, just out of the blue. It doesn't really matter, but Taker's defending the title. Yeah. Triple H's music hits, or Hunter Hurst Helmsley's music hits, I should say, with China. Howard Finkel announces him as the 1997 King of the Ring. So that's a prominent feature within his gimmick at this current moment in time. There's a video package that catches us up. Doc Hendrick is providing the voiceover. Now, throughout this show, I was thinking, where the fuck is Todd Pettingill? Like, he's nowhere to be seen.
Is he allowed in Canada?
Probably not, but he does get the voiceover in the main event, which I was happy with. So it saved the day as far as I was concerned. But nonetheless, where the fuck was Todd Pettingill?
Needs more Todd. Needs more Todd.
We need more Todd. We're not going to get much more of him, unfortunately. His last pay-per-view with WWF was SummerSlam 97, which is our next one. I know. It is a little bit disappointing. But
I'll get my Todd tattoo booked up soon. Next thing, I just open my shirt up. There's a massive picture of Todd.
Oh, brilliant!
I'd love it.
Can't wait.
Oh,
so anyway,
I love you, Todd.
Literally, the video package is going on, and during the video package, this is what I picked up on. There was an episode of Raw that was showing, and JR he's commentating, so he's giving a bit of back and forth. He asks Vince on commentary during an episode of Raw, so was Hunter Hurst Helmsley ever offered to buy the WWF?
Yeah.
Little did Vince know, right?
Who needs money?
Hey, your daughter looks nice.
You know, they do marriages at whatever time of the day or night. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're conscious.
I could dress up as Elvis. Fuck it.
Fuck it. I'm Elvis now.
This is my gimmick. I'm the king. Mentioning King's the pre-show match, the free-for-all, Don, you'll be pleased to know that your man, the myth, the legend, was successful. So
man called Pig
and Hog, the Godwins, defeated the New Blackjacks, consisting of Wyndham and Bradshaw, in 5 minutes and 32. What a free for all that must have been.
I'm gonna say, like, I've searched the internet trying to find that match, and after over 1 second of thought, it was like, it's not there.
Yeah, I think I've got the VHS somewhere. So
I'm gonna say we'll have to tape trade it.
It'd be on
put there. It on. No, we'll put it on our brand new OnlyFans as a secret bonus.
Literally. But we're starting strong. We've got match 1 of 4. We've got the King of the Ring final, but on repeat at in your house here. We have got Hunter Hurst Helmsley with China taking on Mankind. Your referee is Jim Corderas. There is definitely a shift where Mankind is 100% a babyface at this point in time.
I think we've had he's fully done the whole interview segments with JR.
Yep.
And I mean, let's be honest, especially at this time, I think Hunter's one of the better heels in the company.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's not the heel.
No, because
but he's a serviceable mid-card heel, but he's on the way up.
He's definitely on the way up.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Canadian gimmick and the hot streak that is providing the WWF at the minute is the equivalent for me, the Hart Foundation, to the NWO.
Yeah, I think this feud is probably the nearest thing that the Fed actually has.
Yeah,
to it.
definitely.
But I don't feel they're doing something a lot different, which I can appreciate. It's not like, oh, we'll do it and we'll call it the OWN. Like, you know,
nice.
Oh, right, that was Warriors gimmick in WC. Oh shit! Spoilers. Oh, sorry, I'm saying
so. Yeah, me too. Ahmed Johnson's on the screen.
I know that's. I was like, Ahmed, is that you?
Too many stars. So look, there's a quick start in this one. There's a bulldog from Mankind, which immediately pops the crowd. There's a double arm DDT, but I was really surprised that there was no pin. But then Mankind does give us a curtsy to pose like Triple H, which I felt, more remixed characters coming out. This is good. This is going well. And the match just continued to get better. The chemistry in this match was better than the King of the Ring, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And definitely going in the right direction to where we know they end up just a few years later.
Yeah. There was like little spots in this match, just like, what I like about this feud is it's giving Triple H the edge he needs as that character now.
Yeah.
But it's the best sort of feud because both guys are getting something from it.
Yep.
Mankind for the last year and a half has been built as this psychopath who's a masochist. He loves pain. He slowly turned face with the help of said interviews. He needed someone to show that sort of emotion.
Yeah.
And Triple H needed that edge to show he was more violent, because otherwise he'd just been some rich boy from Stamford, Connecticut. Hello, Vince. Have you rich yourself in somewhere?
Greenwich. From Greenwich.
Okay. Well, it's not. It's a character, Rob.
Characters from Greenwich.
So, either way,
it's still real to me, damn it.
Okay, Rayman, calm down.
It's all right, don't worry. It's okay. I'll deep breath. Martin, where are you?
Help us, Ahmed. You're our only hope.
Looking at him just makes me happy.
Every time I notice him,
yeah, literally.
There'll be a lot of snigger in this show today.
Pops me hard. Look, Triple H gives a fantastic performance, as does Mankind. They drive the emotion from the crowd. They tell a great story. It's really solid stuff. It's probably one of the better matches, but the finish really, really lets it down. Now, China, let's just talk about her for a second, because she's developed not only in the chest area, but in the fact that she's now talking. And she's getting more and more physically involved in matches. Which,
I'm not going to lie, the entire reason Triple H had her as a manager was to be a heat. It was like, he has to be protected by a woman. Then when this is 97.
Exactly.
That's the logic of 1997.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love that whole thing in the
Do you think China would have been non-binary these days?
That's hard to say, because that's an
individual choice.
Yeah. Probably could have seen him maybe. I would imagine she was seen maybe at this time as a bit of an LGBTQ icon.
Well, I mean, a lot of people thought she was obviously drag.
Yeah, everyone thought
that's not the case. Obviously, Joni Lorna was a female, genetically, and she may have appeared to be masculine in many ways, but bottom line is, I've seen one night in China. She's got a vagina.
Biologically, a woman.
Yeah.
So there we go. But no, she's definitely. Wow,
what a segment!
What deep.
That's what she said.
One thing. One thing I loved though in this promo package was when she started talking.
Yeah.
Then fucking Foley's response was magical. Well,
wow.
Had a pucker up. I'm a good
kisser. Yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Look, it's one worth to watch back, but the finish does let it down. We go to a double count out finish. I literally have wrote in my notes, what the fuck, quite a few times, because I was really disappointed with the finish. However, knowing what I know, knowing that we're going to a cage match next month at SummerSlam, I can sort of see where they've gone, because obviously for the continuation after this match is the fight continues.
Yeah.
And they brawl in the penalty box as they're in a hockey arena. They brawl a bit later. The Triple H gets busted open in the fight outside. Look, it works to where we're going. I'm just disappointed with the finish on a pay-per-view that it's a double count out.
Yeah.
It feels like a Raw finish rather than a pay-per-view. And they usually did that in your house with the main event.
Yeah.
Tune into Raw to find out what happens, but they've done it in the opener, so it obviously threw me off. 3 stars. I also rated the match at King of the Ring 3 stars.
Okay.
And this match was much better than the King of the Ring match.
But the finish
brings it back down.
I think I got a 2.5 on this.
Okay.
I love the psychology. Like, Foley's sell job on the knee was beautiful. Like, I love this little spot when when someone's been working the leg and they get whipped corner to corner and they just buckle.
Yeah,
like
brilliant.
They can't.
Psychology was played perfectly in this one,
and this
absolutely perfect.
This crowd all night. Actually, I've got to give credit to this crowd. They were fucking. They must have seen this as WrestleMania.
Oh, mate,
it was that feeling for them. I felt it watching it.
Is literally the first pay-per-view in Calgary from the World Wrestling Federation,
which would later be called Bizarro Land.
Indeed. They've done Vancouver, they've done Toronto, and they didn't do anything else until now for Calgary as a pay-per-view. Wow.
That's crazy to think.
Considering that Bret Hart has been like, since '93, a WWF champion contender.
Yeah, if not the champion, or
this is what I'm saying.
He's always been in that period. Yeah, that's crazy. What do you think?
Dave also rated it 3 stars. 30 minutes and 14 seconds. Martin would definitely have rated this 5 stars, being 2 of his top 5 are in this match.
Yeah.
However, I'm sticking him in the middle of us at 2.75.
He'd love a 0.75 gimmick.
He'd fucking love a 0.75 gimmick, and that's the whole reason I've put it in there, to be honest.
I'm feeling, though, that if he edits this, he's just going to, right over the top somewhere. Actually, I rated it this.
He'll probably spend a bit more time editing on this one. Look, I love that the WWF tried to claim that the actual Canadian Stampede was their own parade.
Yeah.
This isn't the thing that they normally do. This is because the World Wrestling Federation are in town. Fuck off, Doc Hendricks. This is their parade that you're jumping on.
Yeah.
Diana is fucking Miss Canada, for God's sake. You've just give the rest of the family her fucking, float.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
You want, well done, Diana.
Literally.
You've buried a family. Well done.
Wow.
How do you feel, Miss Canada?
How do you feel about that? The promo was pretty shit, so we'll move on from that. Howard Finkel's back. He calls this a junior heavyweight division match. Jack Doan thinks he's on a house show, just resting in the corner as the entrances are being made. I've met and shook Jack Doan's hand at a house show, and trust me, he does that there too. He just rests on the corner. No fucks given.
I reckon he strikes me as one of them refs is like he doesn't want to know spots.
Jig.
Yeah. You just want to what's finish. Sweet. Yep. See you out there, lad.
See you out there.
Little pat on the arse and off your
If you don't kick out, it's your fault.
Yeah.
We're told that it's the American pay-per-view debut in singles competition for Taka Michinoku. He's taking on the great Sasuke. Sasuke. How do you pronounce it, Mike, today? Because no one could make their mind up on this page.
Oh, no, this is terrible. So we've got Taka Michinoku versus the great Sasuke.
Oh.
But it can also pronounce Sasuke.
Okay.
But it's Sasuke, I believe. Yeah, it's a translation warrior from Japanese.
Okay.
Or some sort of. So, I like to know. I love one thing with JR in this. He's constantly referring to Sasuke's 9 titles. If you don't know, the Super J Crown was a tournament of 8 champions from all over the world. Sasuke was the first winner. So he legit, in one tournament, won 8 or 7 titles. And he already had 2.
No wonder he's fucking had to put himself over in this one.
Yeah, but you could tell Vince was like, do not mention New Japan. Do not mention New Japan.
Oh yeah, JR said something at some point, and Vince just had to like take a deep breath. You could tell.
You could tell he just
said
kicking
something
him under
else.
the
Like,
table.
yeah, literally, shut the fuck up, dickhead. Like, I know I pay you to be my talent fucking relations guy, but fuck off.
You learn these guys' names. That's how it felt with his.
Also, why did you learn their names? We're only having one of them back. Also, and guess what? It's the younger one.
What of Sasuke and Michinoku?
Taka returns. Taka becomes, big in the WWF. Really,
he does. I like he gets a bit of a run coming up. Like, what will happen? But we'll get there when we get there. There was a sign in the crowd.
Oh,
did make me laugh.
Yeah.
I'm just going through my notes very quickly because I typed it in capitals. This is work rate sign. Just a bloke walking along, just with a sign that this is work rate. The match hasn't even started yet.
Wow. He knew what was coming because it was actually a great match, and the crowd didn't have a fucking clue who they were. Let's be honest,
I don't think they cared either.
But the second that match started, this is technical wrestling. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, this is all right. This is, and then some. Oh, high flying shit. Oh, I like this.
Yeah. It's definitely a fucking amazing match, especially for like a WWE crowd who've, with the exception of the ones who watch WCW and seen the Cruiserweights and the Luchadors, they would never have seen a match like this.
My criticism, and this is only because we know what's out there today. My only criticism was there was too many breaks in the match. They seem to need a rest after each high spot, shall we say. Yeah. Whereas in 205 Live, for example, there's no rest holds. You just go in. Like, I get the psychology piece of sell it, but I also felt that, fucking hell, these are selling it a bit too long. These
There was a couple of times I was just like, these lads are either calling it in the ring.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, now I'll do this. Yeah. There was a bit of that, but I think when the high spots are like this, you can sort of let that's like a sort of minor gripe.
Literally, and it was that's literally the only gripe I have with this match, other than the finish, I suppose, because the wrong person went over, in my opinion.
Okay. I get where you're coming from. I think I just enjoyed this match. This was such a good match. So many like spots I could talk about. Like, I've never seen someone come off the top rope to the floor doing a fucking Liu Kang flying kick.
Yeah, literally.
That
the Suzuki. He completely missed the kick, but that's
absolutely
neither here or there, really. I thought he was in Mortal Kombat for a second, and it was great.
If he had a bicycle kicked his way down, he'd been fine.
Oh, fucking hell, can you imagine?
Oh, him screaming, like doing Liu Kang's like weird screams goes down as
well.
Dun, 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 dun. Fucking bit of techno drone. Fuck yes.
Absolutely. The King's drop kick gets mocked on commentary as there's a drop kick to the knee, and Vince is like, "Oh, that reminds me of the King." and then we get a good old springboard plancher from Taka, which was fantastic. Again,
beautiful no hand springboard dive.
Taka was over like Rover though, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah. I think both lads had the moments. I think Sasuke was, you could tell he was definitely the elder of the two wrestlers.
100%.
There were some kicks in this match, which you could argue was snug.
Very.
I might say, you fucking stiffed him. Because the crowd knew, even commentary were like, oh, let's see that again.
What a maneuver.
That was a nasty kick he took. But Taka's always like very underrated seller, if you ask me. He can sell like a motherfucker when he wants to. And he didn't need much leading on that. It was like, I'm kicking you in the face. Okay. Oh, yeah.
He did everything he possibly could in the 10 minutes that he had. And he, in my opinion, he should have won. He did hit the Michinoku driver.
Michinoko. JR called it like the
I'm getting it right.
You actually got it right.
That's good. That's
you
good.
Got it over the talent relation.
I'll be disappointed the amount of fucking times I've taken that move from people.
Nowadays,
and
it's
not
like
having
a
it
fucking lockup.
Oh, literally, it's like, we'll start with the Michinoku driver, we'll go into a suicide dive.
Then there'll be a Canadian destroyer.
And then we'll have a wrestle.
And then we'll bring it down.
Sound, lads.
Down.
So he gets a 2 count, and I'm like, what the fuck? But then Suzuki gets the win after a few moves, hits a few combinations. And like I said, it must not have worked for him, brother, because I feel he's politicked his way to a victory after 10 minutes. Dave, give it 4 stars. I have given it 2 stars.
I went 3 stars with this.
Okay.
Personally. My only gripe with the match, JR was trying to call a match.
Yeah.
Vince, no fucking clue what was going on.
Not a
King, no fucking clue what was going on. I felt like I was watching WCW.
Nice.
I was like,
if you will.
I went, all right, lads, I'll take over. I would have fucking backflipped out of my chair. And I'd have loved this. I'd love to have seen these 2 guys work in WCW at this time. I would have
with Tanay
loved
calling
this.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. But all the
even
same,
against the likes of Jericho, Malenko, Psychosis, the Parker, you name them, really.
I'm going to say there's like so many matches.
Eddie.
You could put them straight in.
List goes on, doesn't it? The list goes on.
Ultimo Dragon, Yushin Thunder Liger.
You'd even give X-Pac a go, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'm going to say happy birthday, Sean, from the other day.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Also,
Gregory.
Shane Helmsley.
Thanks for liking our post. We don't just do it for bants, so thank you.
We do it for the rub.
Mentioning
That's
the
what
rub.
she said.
Wow. The next match was sponsored by Ahmed Johnson's knee injury.
Martial arts.
You're going down. So
apparently,
the bottom line here is that Ahmed Johnson was supposed to take on the Undertaker for the WWF Championship. However, in
sorry, just hear me
that sentence
in or out of context.
He reckons he was going over in the match. By the way, like
he would say that
he has said that literally. He's gone on record and said, if my knee was 100% and I was in that match, I was going over. That has not been confirmed by sources close to talent relations.
I would have loved to have been in that room when, like, he just turned up and said, "Yeah, I'm going to win this match." John Cena comes through the wall. Are you sure about that?
Also, let's talk about the little bit of transition that's happened in between pay-per-views here, because Ahmed Johnson has now joined the Nation of Domination.
Yes.
What's up with that?
So I think I alluded to this in the last episode that there was going to be quite a big change for the nation.
You give a spoiler alert. You didn't allude.
Yeah.
You give a spoiler alert.
I like to have a bit of mystery. All right, fuck's sake.
There's no mystery with you. You just tell us what's coming.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but you're not doing it.
Mystic Meg, I'll just spoil it though.
Love it.
So, but we get the gang wars.
Yeah.
And I love the gang wars as a concept. Not who was in
definitely
it.
As a concept.
Not who was
100%.
in it. But the concept of the gang wars was amazing.
Everybody needs a purpose. And they've all got to be the same. Blacks, bikers, Hispanic, white people, Canadians.
I love this. Rob's just seen it as Vince went, yep, I'm just calling race war now. That is actually why he originally.
That's what it is.
Like,
Vince McMahon has booked a race war.
You ever ridden a bike? Get over with these both fucks.
How do you feel about changing from black to all white gowns with a hood?
Jim Neidhart.
Nope.
Hey, Harry back. Get with the other Puerto Rican lads.
Nice.
Fucking Jesus. Great name.
Jesus, what a legend.
Spell it Jesus.
If you will. So the bottom line here is Ahmed Get in Your Face Johnson is out with a knee injury. So Vader gets the nod. And Bearer does a good job with the promo, reminding us all that Vader beat him at the Royal Rumble. How much has Paul Bearer changed since January when we see that footage?
Oh,
back?
I love it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I love this version of Paul Bearer.
Yeah, it's close to his.
He's just a smarmy heel manager. He's not trying to be like a mortician.
It's close to Percy Pringle, isn't it? Yeah.
Which I wish we'd have got more of this version of Paul Bearer in hindsight.
Yes.
Just pulling random faces to the camera, but not like trying to be creepy about it. It was like, I got caught. Oh,
yeah. He's a murderer.
You killed him.
He's alive. He's alive.
Oh, I'm gonna say, I'm glad that Vader didn't talk in this.
Oh, mate,
it made Vader look more like a monster.
100%.
Just like
100%. That's why Jim Cornette was there originally with Vader. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Jim Cornette made the mistake, and I say mistake, of letting Vader talk. Now, Vader's all right when he comes on and he goes, "It's Vader time."
Yeah.
Do your gimmick, get yourself over, make yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a catchphrase, do all of that. But if you cannot sell a fucking match and you can't look into a camera and cut a promo on your opponent where I'm going to believe it and I need it to be real. If I'm calling someone out in a match, I need to feel it. It needs to be real. Do you know what I mean? I'm taking you on in a casket match, motherfucker. Response. I need that emotion. I need that drive to get me as a human being to tell you, turn up at the Bagger Dome on the 29th of October because I'm going to bury your ass. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Vader can't deliver that shit. And no disrespect, Leon. I love you. One of the biggest and
one of the best to ever do it.
Big man ever.
Best super heavyweights ever.
We follow you at the end of the day. But your promos were weak, sir.
Also, we needed more helmet like WCW to come out, like the whole Mastodon.
Yeah,
we needed 100%.
That. Without a doubt. I love that gimmick. Without a doubt.
I always remember that as WWF back in the day. It was only recently I watched it. I was like, oh shit, it was the other way.
Yeah, we seen him in that Louisiana street fight or death match that was billed as a Texas death match.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress. We move on to the match because the Undertaker's entrance is just fantastic. And the commentators do the best thing they possibly can do, and that is shut the fuck up and let it all play out in front of them. And that's the first time I think they've done that.
I'm surprised Vince wasn't trying to rip his cock off.
Oh, the only person that shut up at WrestleMania.
He's a phenom. Like
literally, the only person that shut up at WrestleMania was Shawn. Everybody else was talking. Like, do you know what I mean? Shawn was like, "I ain't talking during this entrance. Watch it, you prick."
He'll beat the shit out of me when he gets backstage if I talk over this. He knows, and I know that. But I wish, in all honesty, if as a wrestling fan, I wish I could have experienced that entrance live, possibly more than any other entrance in the history of wrestling.
I'm not going to make you jealous, but I at least experienced it twice. So.
Well, you're a motherfucker.
Thanks. I appreciate that. But I didn't experience it at WrestleMania, and we do know people that did experience it at WrestleMania.
And they're also
they're more motherfuckers than me. There's a list of motherfuckers, and they're higher up on it.
There's a motherfucker hierarchy, and unfortunately, Rob, you're about halfway.
Woohoo! Leave it on a prayer. So anyway, we're in match 3 of 4 for the WWF Championship. It is Vader with Paul Bearer taking on the Undertaker, who has been the champion since WrestleMania. Tim White is your referee. Look, this match is absolutely at walking pace. It's the worst match on the card, I think, for a start for the beginning. I think it picks up as we go along. The clothesline off the top rope from the Undertaker, for example, that was big. Vader takes too many bumps off the top rope for me, over the top rope. Like he gets knocked over the top rope quite a lot in this match, which was a bit weird. Taker also looks like he's had a bit too much JD the night before, or maybe even in the day.
Might have been wrestlers caught happening though, so
exactly
was well known that if he did wrong against Taker, there was a JD Biller coming.
There you go, and he's probably cashed in. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, chokeslam attempt, and then there's a low blow and no DQ, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And obviously, it doesn't matter because there is a Botchamania spot in this match too, with a tombstone spot. And the Undertaker then returns the low blow, hits a really big chokeslam from the second rope, which is great. I'm expecting a 3 count here. We get a 2.
Yeah.
Another chokeslam. We get a 2. You're like, fucking hell, what is going on?
Is this going to change? Is this going to be a total change? How the
fuck is Undertaker putting this man away? I start then engaging and getting hyped and belief into this match, right? I just noticed your name change. Fantastic. And then all of a sudden, big motherfucking tombstone for the win. And the crowd absolutely lose their shit. So the Undertaker retains his title after 12 minutes, 39 seconds. I'll give it 2.5 stars. I did overall think it edged Tucker versus Sakata. I'm just going to say however I feel like it's coming to me now, right? And purely, I've gone off star power and overall ability, I feel.
Okay.
What you say, Dad?
This is a really hard one because I really struggle with this.
What she said.
Or did she? This is really difficult for me because I felt the 2 matches before it had advantages over this, but I felt this match had certain advantages. So I'm not Martin, so I'm not giving you a 0.75 or a 2.5. Fuck that. So I went 3 stars.
Okay.
I think it told
a
better story than the Taka Suzuki match. And I have to agree with what you said. After the 2 chokeslams, just like, fuck. Is Vader going to fucking do him? Is Vader going to beat him? And that crowd fucking fired up after that tombstone because they were like, holy shit. Also, take a tip, Hulk Hogan. If you're going to take a chokeslam, jump.
There you go.
So I went 3.
Shooting on Hogan. Fantastic.
If you've been technical, 2.9, but...
Yeah, Martin's got in the middle again. He's got at 2.75. It's just... Honestly, Martin, stop with your 2.75, so fuck's sake.
What are you, Sweden?
Well... just lay me down on a bed of roses, for fuck's sake. There's loads of gimmicks about the hearts. Repeated footage from earlier in the show. Brett had a queue of over a mile for an autograph session. And then we get the video package with Todd Pettingale's voice on it. And like I said, I was extremely happy to hear that.
The heavens opened. All the stormy clouds went away. And all was good with the world for a couple moments for me. I was a very happy boy.
What confuses me, I mean, we get a promo with the Yanks. It's an odd team, to say the least. We've got Goldust, Shamrock, the Legion of Doom, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, who buys his time, as everyone else has their say. Yeah. And then it's his turn to talk. And instead of talking, he just walks off after the Legion of Doom say, what a rush.
Do you think that was, he couldn't top that? So it was like, oh, fuck yeah.
And he looked miserable, did he? He didn't want to be there. And for me, like, Shawn Michaels, without a doubt, should have been in this team. Without a doubt.
If you were going to rebook this team, with who was available and book it.
Well, I mean, we're missing The Rock from injury. I know he was on an upward sort of curve, and he was about to join the Nation and turn heel. Thinking looking at the team, and for me, really, the only one out of place based on the year that we've had so far is Goldust. Shamrock was clearly being pushed the last time that we've seen him.
Yeah.
He did dip off at the King of the Ring. He wasn't there, but we know he was having a fight, an actual ultimate fight, shall we say. So the only one out of place from what we've seen in 1997 so far from me is Goldust. The Legion of Doom have been very close to taking the tag team titles in a dark match and on a pay-per-view match, but not quite done it. I don't even know who is the tag team champions at the minute because Bulldog and Owen weren't wearing the tag belts.
No. It wouldn't be too early for them. I was thinking it might be the New Age Outlaws, but I don't think they're technically.
I don't think they're together yet. I don't think they're together. It could be the Headbangers. It could be, but they're not on the show. So
we could have done with a Mark to let us know here.
Because he's been doing all the groundwork, research, hasn't he, at the minute? So we are missing that today. But I think, based on the roster, and I'm taking into consideration of matches that have already happened on the card, so Mankind would have been great to put in there for sure. But I think I would have subbed Goldust for Shawn Michaels. I think I would have left the rest. Sid, fuck him. He's too busy playing softball. Ahmed Johnson's a heel now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. I think I would have booked this as Shawn Michaels, Ken Shamrock, the Legion of Doom, and Austin versus the Hart Foundation.
That's a strong team you've put together there because, let's be honest, there's nobody else. I think they tried to go with feuds, but then the one I didn't get was Shamrock.
He's just been thrown in there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Name value.
Goldust and Pillman are starting to do something together.
Yeah, on the back of now Austin and you're right.
So LOD and
you're right. Now that I think where it goes, you're right. Goldust and Pillman start.
I would say I would sub Shamrock for Michaels, and I think realistically that'd have been. Unfortunately, Goldust at the time would have been the weak link, but that's still a strong team.
Still a very strong
team. If only if there was like a tournament, like a sort of 5-on-5 elimination style match a bit late in the year and they built a pay-per-view around it, it could have worked. Because I would have loved to have seen this show been... You telling me this show wouldn't have worked if they said, we're going to do Survivor Series in Calgary.
It would have been great.
This would have been amazing.
We all know what happens at the Survivor Series in Montreal in 1997. We all know what's coming our way. So this happens here, and the right outcome is the right outcome on this particular event. We get the Bard and Bellas singing the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, Canada.
I hope you appreciated my
your knowledge.
My story on social media that I was working away at watching this shit. But I really think this black guy is looking at me, and I think he's going to bum me if I'm honest.
I think he is as well. It's giving him a weird eye.
And that's Ahmed Johnson. Hi, Ahmed. How you doing?
He's got a weird smile on his face, like he knows he's going to do it. He just doesn't know when, and he wants you to know that.
Into the main event we go. Get the kid a Happy Meal. So Earl and Howard have to sit through these fucking bollocks of the Bard and Bella singing the album. They're not happy. It literally
fucking EP's dropped that. That's the Forge party.
Howard then tells us that there's some jobbers in the crowd watching, including the Hart family.
Ooh. Now, of the Hart,
what do you like, Bruce?
I don't know. There's a charisma about him that I can't put my finger on. Bruce Hart, Bret Hart, WrestleMania 10.
You realise I have a remove from meeting option here, right?
Do you know I truly don't care? I'll just start my own podcast and I'll call it Review Hot Tag. Legally distinct.
Nice.
And I'll do the same thing. And I'll interview Bruce Hart myself, even if he's not around. I'll have like a little sock puppet. Hi, nice. Bruce. Hi, Don.
You're going to become the Sooty and Co of this podcast. I like that.
It could happen. It could happen.
Also, how good was Sooty and Co?
Oh, one will say we'll talk about that more on our second podcast calls. We haven't started it yet, so don't look for it.
So anyway,
what's happening?
Goldust music hits and Vince says, "All right," and we know we're off to the races there because Vince is dead happy. Yeah, it's about time after all that bollocks. To be honest with you, Vince was about to cross over into a kill count for a second if it carried on. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I thought he was gonna go for golden chainsaws. To be honest,
I felt like beating up Bob Barker after all that shit.
What, the price is wrong, bitch?
You heard me. So our main event is match four. That's right. It's a tag team match, a 10-man tag to be exact. It's Goldust with Marlena. Was she there? I heard Vince mention her. I didn't see her, but anyway.
Probably backstage at catering.
Yeah. Ken Shamrock, the Legion of Doom, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. They take on the Hart Foundation, which includes Jim Neidhart, Brian Pillman, the British Bulldog, Owen Hart, and Bret the Hitman Hart. Your referee is Earl Hebner. Now, Pillman is in a match and in this run of 1997. First of all, I'm devastated. That's an understatement as far as I'm concerned. As I don't believe we'll see him again. We may see him at SummerSlam, but I'm not entirely sure. And Martin's not here to cover it with us, which is the second part that I'm equally devastated about. Because I know how much Martin appreciated Mr. Pillman's work too. Yeah. And this whole segment got me done. I'm not going to lie to you, because Diana then comes out with a bulldog. He looks raring to go. He looks great. Bulldog's the European champion. Then obviously Neidhart's come out before them. The King of Hearts, Owen, he's the Intercontinental champion. And then obviously Bret comes out and the crowd absolutely erupts. But, 4 of the 5 men, the in-ring competitors on that stage, are no longer with us.
Yeah.
Which,
very sobering thought.
Not
even that long ago, really.
Not even that long ago. It's really horrible to think about, but that is where we're at. And, I'm going to pour a few out.
In fact, you know what? I'm going to go one more.
I'm going to archer this, so go for it.
There's 6 people in this match who are no longer with us because there's no Road Warriors anymore.
There's no Road Warriors either.
So, to Owen Hart, Jim Neidhart. Sorry, I'm actually getting a little bit emotional on this.
Mate, it's horrible. Yeah. It's absolutely horrible.
Road Warrior Animal.
To our heroes.
Road Warrior Hawk, who personally my favourite tag team of all time. Brian Pillman and Owen Hart. We salute you. Oh. Now, what you don't understand, kids, this is hard to drink from a bottle because there's an air gap. If you watch the film Beer Fest, it will be explained. Good man. I rate that 5 stitches out of Jan's, that neck in there, Rob.
Fuck Steve Valentino and fuck Jan.
And we're back in the room.
He did the gimmick. So, where the fuck is Shawn Michaels? Look, he carries on getting emotional for me because Bret gives Helen his glasses.
Yeah.
He's too much, but then we finally settle down. There's a big stare off. And we're off to the races, really. People filter out the ring and we're left with Austin and Bret. There's some trash talking going on. It's great. We're also told there's a documentary being filmed about Bret Hart's life. That would play a very important part in what would happen at the Survivor Series. JR calls. So after Austin and Bret get down to it, it's very much punch and kick and punch and kick and punch and kick. The $1 million dream gets put in. JR calls it the Cobra Clutch. And the reason he does this is because the WWF have Slaughter.
Yeah.
But they don't have DDRC.
Yeah. And it was weird because I was like, Austin's going for his old ringmaster finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And the
like
thing
almost
is, Don,
straight away, that blew me away a little bit. I was like, JR, no, you're wrong, sir.
And it's what I'm saying. It's why I'm so emotional. And look, I'm not crying. I'm ramming onions up my anus like a Frenchman. And you just need to understand that. That is just how it is tonight.
Yeah.
We're in alternative universe here, folks, and you've just got to roll with me. Okay. So, Anvil gets fucked up by Austin, and Shamrock takes over. The son of the legendary Dusty Rhodes. That's an exact quote from Jim Ross on commentary, as Vince McMahon definitely holds his breath at that point, Don, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Mate, you sound like Martin. Fucking hell. It's like, yeah, I agree. You know, fucking hell. Bring some life to me, man. I'm Ron Burgundy, for fuck's sake. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Look, Bruce obviously had to get involved because, you know, that's who he is.
He's the god of hearts.
Owen gets hurt by Austin, which turns it into a 5-on-4 for the time being. Pillman's ass is out on the screen. They run. Pillman and Austin are running a spot here, and this is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then it leads into a Stone Cold Stunner, which is even better. Brett uses his fucking fire extinguisher to get back at Austin, then puts the figure 4 on around the ring. Cork's a little bit eager to break it up, which is a shame. Timing could have been a little bit better. Let it settle in a little bit more because that crowd were hot. It is safe to say that I really, really enjoyed this match. Austin then gets taken out. He's walking backstage by himself. He's not being carried out like Owen. He's just leaving to get medical attention, apparently. Bulldog hits a headlock. And JR...
Bulldog with the Bulldog, if you will.
But there you go.
If you will.
There you go.
I'll be honest, I was taking a sip.
Fired.
And shots were taken as well, because I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I was having a drink while that happened, and I was like, Dusty, is that you? So I got really confused.
And I was really confused because Shamrock uses a low blow on the Bulldog. And this is after the Bulldog says, fuck you. What I'm even more confused about, Don, is knowing if you've ever followed a German man into a sauna naked. Have you done that before?
Look, find out on my brand new podcast that drops at some point.
Reviews, hot tags. So anyway, Austin turns back up. We're heading home now. So Animal breaks up the Brett Sharpshooter on Austin. Owen does return to break up Austin's Sharpshooter on Brett. Owen ends up in front of his family, getting fucked up. It's the best way I can put it, mate. Bruce then throws a drink at Austin, and Austin decides to grab Stu, 82-year-old Stu Hart at this point. Hawk is absolutely wailing on Bruce, like just literally wailing on him.
I genuinely think he thought it was a fan jumping the railing. He went, fuck.
So do I.
I actually got that bit. Yeah.
So Austin gets rolled up. Shamrock tries to fuck them up too, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. Shamrock tries to get involved. He does become an all-out war, but Owen beats Austin in the end to pick up the victory for the Hart Foundation. The police turn up. Yeah. Now, look, we all know the Mounties are the police in Canada.
Oh, come on.
So whoever these guys were imposters.
Yeah.
So I don't understand, and can somebody tell me what's going on?
Come on. I don't think he'd have been doing all that much at that time, the Mountie. He could have popped him. That would have been like a bit of a nostalgia pop.
His brother's sitting on commentary, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm happy about it. Bring back the electric stick.
Bring back your wobble stick.
Bring back your vibrator. Look.
Excuse me, sir. Was you smuggling this across the border?
The Hearts are having a celebration. Jim Neidhart is waving a flag around like a madman.
Yeah.
And then Austin comes and hits you with a chair like a fucking absolute lunatic. Like, honest, Todd, There's 10 of them in the ring, and he fucking belts Neidhart as hard as he possibly can with a chair. And the Sally's legit. It's absolutely legit. And then do you know what else is legit? The attack on Austin after.
Oh,
because they kicked the fuck out of him in that ring.
There was a few receipts.
Even when he's been handcuffed, he's been fucking annihilated.
Which I'm pretty sure is illegal.
I'm alright with
it. We're in Canada, it's bizarre.
Bret Hart gets fucking immunity in Canada as far as I'm concerned.
He could have legitimately ran for president, and he probably would have got it at this time in Canada.
Did they do a president over there, or is it prime minister?
President.
Who cares? If we carry on the way that we're carrying on,
God King.
We have 20 years left. The sea, ladies and gentlemen, is fucking collapsing. Like, we will die in 20 years if we don't stop industrial fishing. It's true, Don. I don't know what you're laughing at. I've got some documentaries to watch.
I'm laughing about my inevitability of this planet destroying itself.
So all the Hearts celebrating the ring. Stu's 82. Owen helps him. Hey, you all right, bro?
No. I just love that. No, just the way you said that. It was like
the segue.
They're all going for it. He's 82. Fucking beautiful.
And then he spat that out.
And the thing is, we've already spoke about he's 82 in the match. You've already mentioned that. So just like,
just to let you know,
home, he's not
Stewie's 82.
He's not a spring chicken anymore. Scratch him.
Vince. The big bastard's looking good, Vince. You wanna take on the big bastard, Vince? He's looking good. Is he on the drugs, pal? No, Vince. He just needs to be back on the road. He'll be good, Vince. Okay.
Dungeon.
I'll take on the Neidhart. Oh yeah.
Did you play the game of Spot the Future Star as well at this point? When everyone starts
Bulldog's son.
Bulldog's son, Natalia. There was a Natalia sighting.
Was Natalia the one pointing at Bret going, he's all right,
I believe so, yes. I believe so. Because I know his sister, they look very similar. So, and weird one, even Teddy Hart.
Okay.
Teddy Hart was even.
And that kid had loads of potential, didn't he? I wonder why Bret's kids never got involved. That's a bit of a strange one to me because, you know, he sat there at WrestleMania 12. He sat there at all the big events, isn't he?
Yeah.
Front row. He loves it. Blaze, I believe his name is.
Yeah, Blaze,
absolutely loves it. So why don't he become a pro wrestler?
I don't know. I think he's probably seen what it's done to his dad.
Made him a bitter 4 out of 10 individual.
Even like,
I love Bret. You know he's my goat. Him and Sean are my goats.
I'm gonna say you write letters to him
on a.
You're on a plateau.
Don't talk to me
together. Eating grass
Don't
together.
talk to me about the fact that Sean hasn't writ back. Don't talk to me about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please figure out what Rob's trigger is, and we will shitpost him more. So, but no, like it was. This match was awesome.
24 minutes, 31 seconds. What a moment for the Hart family. Look, I couldn't go 5 stars. I have gone with 4.
I think I've got to agree. I think this would have been a better match. I give it -4 stars.
I agree too.
3.75.
Martin, did you watch the match? Yeah. What was the finish? What you said it was. Okay. Sound. Love you, Mark.
He's gonna butcher us in fucking head. We're gonna it's gonna be like that scene from The Simpsons where like Homer's apparently attacking the guy and it's like he's saying all this sick shit.
I hope I've got a dildo out me the entire way.
What, like a fucking unicorn of cock? That.
But with WWE logo.
I'm just gonna have like.
I'm the Rain Man.
I'm just gonna have like Tanay on my shoulder calling me a twat.
They've rated 4.25 stars.
Okay.
JR then gets really excited about SummerSlam.
He should.
He should get excited about it. I agree. one thing I want to mention before we start wrapping this up and talking about our overall rating was when you watch all the Hart family pile into the ring.
Yeah.
And I think this is a really key point here because you just get to see exactly what Owen Hart is all about.
Yeah.
He grabs his kids with Martha. He leaves the ring. He's done his bit and he's off.
Yeah.
The show hasn't even finished yet. But you know what? There's a car alarm going off.
Oh, okay. I thought there was like a dramatic pause there.
It's really loud.
Okay.
But it's from the back, which is weird. Because that's the back garden and the leisure centre's over there. Whereas, like, my car's out there somewhere, which...
If you heard it that side, you're like, you would disappear.
But it's definitely coming from that side, so it's dead weird. Anyway, if you will, I digress. It speaks to me about the family man that Owen was. That, you know what? He's in the ring with all his family, his brothers, his mum, his dad, blah, blah, blah. He's got his kids, he's got his wife, and he's like, do you know what? Let's get out of here. And they just take off. I
think that says more about a person. But I always say, like, actions speak louder than words, and in that action. So, yeah.
But there we have it. We don't want to end on a sour note. So, Don, wrap us up. What are you saying about this pay-per-view? Where are you, mate? 4 matches deep. Where are we?
I'm going to be honest. I personally, I didn't even give star rating on that last match.
But you agreed. You said 4 stars.
If I did, I was just actually going to say 4 stars. So I either said it or you've read my mind.
You said you agreed, so I just took it as you were rating it 4 stars. Martin has also rated it 4 stars too.
I was doing my Martin impression. But I went 4 stars. Awesome match. I wish it was a little bit shorter.
The actual 10-man tag.
Yeah. Maybe
I thought it was a 45-minute segment, you know. I was prepared for 45 minutes. It did with all
the fucking intro shit. And rating just the match.
24-31, yeah.
If I'd have rated with everything else, it'd probably been like 2.5.
10 stars.
No, the more stuff that was happening, it just
the Bard and Bellas, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, their EP launch. Okay. That would have massively dropped it. But the match
I didn't even hear a blow that we said it was confusing. I mean, I don't understand that someone needs to tell me what's going on. But we're moving on. SummerSlam next for the Fed.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really, really big pay-per-view. We are on the road, as far as I'm concerned, to WrestleMania 14, which to this day is one of the greatest WrestleManias there ever was. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. 4 matches, 1 hour, 48 minutes total for the event. You should definitely check it out. We should have had longer, but we didn't. Our collective overall star rating, including Martin's ratings, obviously, we are ending up at a solid on the dot, no point. We are even keel. Higher, my friend, 3 whole stars for this pay-per-view.
So would this be the single highest pay-per-view?
Possibly.
Overall?
Possibly.
Because bear in mind, this is...
No spoilers here, brother.
This is, to me, though, this is where these shows have an advantage because there's not 11 matches on.
Exactly.
So there has to be quality. And I'll give credit to the In Your House. 90% of the shows we do where it's in your house, the matches are good to excellent. It's very rare rarely they put on a stinker.
To give you some context, though, looking at the WWF star ratings that we have mapped out across the year so far, this is a whole star higher than Revenge of the Taker, which was 2.05. Let's call it 2, right?
Yeah.
This is 3 stars. And WCW have not got over 2 yet. They've not broke that wall down. And I think partly because of how many matches they're putting on.
Yeah. They're throwing everyone into it, and unfortunately...
And they don't need to.
No. You could cut one of their pay-per-views in half and and just
have a great
pay-per-view.
pay-per-view.
Amazing pay-per-view. In fact, just play the first half of the pay-per-view and then put the other half on Nitro, because they were the people that were selling TV. But then again, we're looking at this with a hindsight of 20 plus years later. So,
I still know what you did last summer, though, mate. So just remember
tell me,
that.
I don't remember.
Neither do I. I lied. And on that note,
I remembered. I lied.
On that note, unless Don's got anything else to add to this pay-per-view, we're gonna go home.
Let's do it then. Let's
do it. Martin, we miss you. We love you.
Come back.
Please come back for the next show.
We're not angry. He's not a missing person. He's just ill.
If you see Martin, call this number.
We're not angry. Just want to make sure you're okay.
I'll put you on milk cartons. You're in Morrison's. It's fine. But until next time, I have been Rob Campbell alongside jobber number 2, Ahmed Johnson, who has also been alongside.
I don't understand. Can somebody tell me what's going on? Why is there a drunk Chinese man doing push-ups on my front lawn? And why is he wearing lipstick? Daniel Cornfield.
Ray bloody Purchase.